You want to know why I think movie theaters are struggling? We already know about the food and the streaming, but one thing I haven't heard anyone mention is I think lockdown caused all the good theaters to close. What I mean is, all the good theaters that are really well kept and have all the extra features like IMAX and 3D, they closed. And I think it's because they were just more expensive to keep up with and they couldn't do that during lockdown. And so what ended up happening, especially around me, is all the crappy rundown theaters who don't have IMAX stayed open. And it really sucks because when I go to the movies, I like to see it in IMAX. I like to see it in RPX. I want to see it in a format that I can't get at home. Because when I watch it in 2D, it really doesn't seem that much different than me watching it on the TV. Plus, I'm more comfortable on my couch. But I want to go to a clean theater. I want to see it in IMAX. I want a well put theater like I'm really about to see a hell of a show. And all those good theaters are just gone. And I really think it hurts the experience. It really does. Another reason I think movie theaters are dying is I think we got rid of the social factor of being in a movie theater. And no, I'm not talking about being in the movie and talking with people. No, that's not acceptable ever. But I miss the old days of when you lined up to buy a ticket in person. Sometimes it was exciting when you and a couple friends are all lining up to go get that ticket. And sometimes you make small talk with strangers and you talk about the movie you're about to see and you get hyped and little things like that just, lead to you making new friends or having a cool experience with a stranger that you'll probably never see, where you get to theorize what you're about to see and share that hype with that person. And that whole element is missing. Or also when you go see a movie at midnight, you line up before the doors open. I don't even think that's a thing anymore. I remember seeing Dark Knight Rises and we already had our tickets ahead of time, but we still had to wait in line. We waited 30, 40 minutes and I remember how fun that was just waiting. I know, right? I had a fun time just waiting. But I was just talking to a bunch of people talking about Dark Knight Rises and sharing our love for Batman, and it's just a fun experience, and it's something you don't get now really anyway anymore. Now everyone just buys digitally and just shows up. You don't wait, at the doors anymore to go in. I don't think so. That whole social like factor is kind of missing. It ruins it. Um, yeah, so those are just a couple things of why I think movie theaters is getting hurt. We need to kind of bring we should make it feel like people want to meet people at the movies,